troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Washington football team. Returning it, John Ross. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. He's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
First and 10, Taylor now. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. To the right side, this is Taylor. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A give for Taylor running right side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive.
Slam. Check three. Watch the edge.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll roll him out right. Going deep this time for Miller.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. On first down, Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. On the handoff, Taylor. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and it's 3-0 Washington. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Under. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Back to Taylor on first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's Lawrence.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the...
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
On first down, it's Taylor. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I could...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Troy Apke. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check 13. Check 13. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Yes, yes. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? 5.
Now Lawrence on first down. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Quick pass out to Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua, and he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Going up top for Miller. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On third down, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes one extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He finds his man, complete. It's Logan. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
Black shot. Go red. Move.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check.
Here's Tua. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. To the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Tua, the final shot before half. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. T.J. Logan in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Will Fuller, 78 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now here's Ross. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big connection on that one, 39 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running left, Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Just like that. Check it out, 3. Check 3. Check 3. Hey, lock it.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 22. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. On play action, Lawrence. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 black.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right.
Red. Yellow.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Yellow. Go.
Get him. You got him.
Ready. Go.
On play action, Here's Tua. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Tua now on first down. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll run on first down. Taylor calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
61, match box, light, 18, Gator. Hey, Delta.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Watch the twist. Slam.
Go.
Rush in.
On first down, it's Taylor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
60 out, ball. Hey, ball, who?
Now Lawrence to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30.
return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Rolling to his right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 57's the match.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Washington on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Tua going to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. Tua now on first down. It's caught. It's Miller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Tua to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Tua. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he fends him off. And he's got the hook up here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. Third and goal. He'll drop to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
57's the mic, watch 57. Switch up.
Hey!
Check.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
On the
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Hard, hard. Whip, 6-6, bullet high, smooth.
On second and a yard, Lawrence. Open man is Samuel, complete.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Watch the safety creep. Check. Check out. Hey, Sam off. 99. Check 99. Hey, lock it. 26. Slam.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. John Ross, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guy... are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or. Man, we got to get this stop here, D. 57.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Watch the eye. Check 24, check 24.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Target. Alert flare.
Again, it's Taylor. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Washington, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9.